The proof you keep asking for is the reason you feel denied. Not because your desire disappeared, not because the law failed, but because the moment you beg reality to reassure you, you quietly hand it the authority Neville told you it never had. That is the hidden mistake. You assume the end. You feel the relief. You finally say, "It is done." Then 5 minutes later, you check the world to see if it agreed. And in that small act, something changes. You are no longer the one who has it. You are the one asking if you have it. Those are not the same person. Neville's work was not about convincing the world. It was about entering a state so completely that the world becomes the late arrival. The outer scene is not the leader. It is the echo, and an echo never speaks first. This is why so many people feel close to their desire, then lose the feeling within hours. They do not lose it because they are weak. They lose it because they return to inspection. They keep checking the surface for a change that must begin underneath. Let me show you what this looks like. Clara had been waiting for a reply after an interview. It was the kind of opportunity that could change her entire direction. Better income, better environment, a completely different version of herself. She said she had assumed it was hers. And for a few moments, she really did feel calm. She felt chosen. She felt seen. She felt like the decision had already been made. Then her phone lit up. It was only a weather alert. And suddenly she was back in the old state. She opened her email. Nothing. She refreshed it. Nothing. She checked the company website. Nothing. She reread the last message they sent her, searching for hidden meaning in every word. By noon, she was exhausted. Not from doing anything physical, from moving back and forth between two identities. One identity said, "It is settled." The other said, "Please prove it." That is the war nobody sees. Not doubt in a dramatic form. Not panic on the outside. Just quiet checking. Quiet bargaining. Quietly making the visible world the judge. That evening, Clara stopped. She closed the laptop. She put the phone in another room. And she asked a different question. Not, "When will they answer?" Not, "Did I say the right thing?" Not, "What if they chose someone else?" She asked, "How would I live tonight if this were already resolved?" The answer was surprisingly ordinary. She would eat dinner slowly. She would not keep glancing at the screen. She would prepare her clothes for tomorrow with respect. She would sleep like someone whose life was not hanging from an email. That was the shift. Nothing mystical happened in the room. No light flashed. No sign appeared. But Clara stopped rehearsing rejection. She stopped treating silence like a sentence. She entered the state of a woman who had already been accepted. The next morning, there was still no message. And this is where the old self usually returns. Because the old self says, "See, nothing changed." But Clara did not move. She noticed the empty inbox. She did not bow to it. She simply went on as the woman who already knew. Later that afternoon, the call came. The decision had been delayed. The offer was hers. But here is the part most people miss. The manifestation was not the call. The manifestation began when silence lost its power over her. That is living from the end. It is not performing confidence, so life will reward you. It is not pretending circumstances are different while secretly fearing them. It is letting your inner decision become more real than the temporary report in front of you. The senses will always show you what has been. They are record keepers. They are not creators. Your eyes can show you the old room. Your phone can show you the old message. Your account can show you the old number. But none of these things can tell you who you are now. That is your work. To decide who you are without asking the old evidence to approve it. And this is where Neville becomes deeply practical. Because the fulfilled state is not loud. It does not need drama. It does not keep announcing itself. It feels like relief. It feels like normal. It feels like you are no longer trying to cross a distance. You have arrived inwardly. Then your behavior begins to change. Not because you force it. Because a different person naturally moves differently. The person who is loved does not decode every pause. The person who is secure does not worship every number. The person who is chosen does not treat delay as danger. The person who has the answer does not keep asking the question. That is the test. Not whether you can imagine for 5 minutes, but whether you remain faithful when nothing outside congratulates you. Can you hold the state when the text has not come? Can you hold the state when the room looks the same? Can you hold the state when the old facts try to sound final? Because the moment you stop needing proof, you stop feeding the old condition. You are no longer saying, "I will believe when I see." You are saying, "I see from what I have accepted." That one shift changes everything. The world may not change in the first minute, but you have changed the cause. And once the cause changes, the effect cannot remain loyal to the old pattern forever. This is why you must be careful after a strong assumption. The fragile moment is not before you believe. It is after. Because after you believe, the old habit tries to pull you back into checking. It says, just look once. It says, just make sure. It says, just see if anything moved. But the fulfilled self does not investigate like a beggar. The fulfilled self rests like an owner. Not arrogant, not careless, settled. There is a quiet dignity in the one who knows. They still answer emails. They still go to work. They still pay attention to life. But they no longer use life as proof against themselves. This is the entire lesson. Stop asking the old picture to confirm the new self. The picture follows the self, not the other way around. So tonight, choose one thing you have been checking. One message, one result, one response, one sign. Then withdraw your power from it. Not by ignoring life, but by refusing to let it name you. Let the silence be silence. Let the delay be delay. Let the number be a number. And inside, remain the one who already knows. That is where creation becomes clean. No begging, no chasing, no inner argument. Just the steady feeling that the matter is settled. And if the old fear asks, but where is the proof? Answer it simply. The proof comes after the state. Then return to the end. Return to the version of you who is no longer waiting at the door. Return to the one who has already walked in. Because reality does not need you to monitor it. It needs you to stop abandoning the state that creates it. And if this message resonated with you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, because what you learn next could change your life.